with his family and his child. And when we see that, we have no right to complain, to say something bad of our positions. I don't know if I can succeed to explain my feel. I wake up every day thinking that is my last day in exile. That is not realistic, of course, but I need to fight with that point of view in order, first, I'm a Catalan living in Brussels, I want to return to Catalonia, I don't want to become a Belgian or another country's membership, I want to return, and second, if I could return as a free man, as am I now here, for example, that is a good news not only for Catalonia, it's a good news for Spain. Because it's a start to solve democratically that conflict.
Okay. Three final questions, and perhaps it might be good to hear from somebody who's a little less gung-ho on Catalan nationalism, just to kind of liven it up a bit. I'm sorry, I'm very short-sighted, so we'll take someone from the back. There's a gentleman up there. Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
So my question is regarding the attitude of the European Union during the Catalan referendum, most notably Jean-Claude Juncker, who originally came out to say he would respect the referendum and then did a U-turn and said nobody wants a Europe of 100 countries. So my questions are, would you agree that that's a legitimate argument made by a lot of people in Europe? And how could we stop a spiral of continuing independence movements? And two, did you feel betrayed by the attitude of a lot of top European politicians in the face of the Spanish violence?
Okay, thank you. Interesting question. Okay. Woman here. Okay, and one final question. Great questions there, thank you. So, is the how's your future with the European Union? And they argue that they also, signalled to Scotland in 2014 that they would be lost in the queue for membership, so that's important. What can Catalans abroad do? And how does your movement relate to the rise of populism and the far right that people are so worried about? Is it just completely forced?
Well, I was very disappointed because by the European Union institutions' attitude, not because concerning our demand for independence. Of course, we know the European Union institution will back the Spanish state, attitude, position. But I'm very disappointed as a European citizen, because when a member state are using police to beaten peaceful people, that concerns European Union institutions, because we are European citizens. More than 2 million European citizens are demanding to vote, and the answer from the European Union couldn't be silence or regarding the other side. That is very disappointing. Disappointing for me. Yes, we received a clear message from European powers saying, please do nothing irreversible. For that reason, the 10th of October, I decided something very, very complicated for me. I decided to suspend the Declaration of Independence in order to allow a window of opportunity to to start a dialogue process, like Spanish government was saying to me. But that was a lie. And after that, the attitude from the European Union must be to send a message, a clear message to Spanish authorities. Please, do nothing irreversible. Please do not suspend the Catalan autonomy and do not dissolve the Catalan parliament, which was democratically elected. And that lack of commitment was very disappointing. I'm confident with the European society, because European society, when the fundamental values are threatened in a part of the Union, feels they are threatened. For example, when the fundamental rights are threatened in Hungary or in Poland, that concerns myself. I feel concerned about that. I think there are significant European citizens, when they saw the image of the 1st of October referendum, they don't like that face of European state member. They probably, they feel more close to Catalan people defending ballot boxes than the state member of the European Union beating that people. Of course, it's time for the European Union to do something. We will wait for the elections, what will be the results of the movements demanding the right of self-determination. We will see. But I think if we believe in a real European Union as a democratic project, we must do exige a clear commitment to European institutions when the fundamental rights are violated. It doesn't matter if it's in Venezuela or it's in Spain. Concerning the internationalization, this is the new era in our movement, because the Catalan issue now is very well known than ever. Some years ago, I wrote a book as a journalist after the Olympics in Barcelona in 1993. I wrote a book about the projection of Catalonia in the international media since the beginning of the 20th centuries after the Olympics. And the headline of the book was Cata what? Because when I travel around Europe and people ask me, where are you from? First of all, I say, I'm from Catalonia. And the reaction was always the same, Cata what? Well, that now is impossible. That kind of reaction is impossible. So Catalonia now is a de facto political subject. Over that, we can build an interesting narrative in order to explain better than ever why Catalan people want to be independent. We trust in people, and now the social media, the social networks allow us to organize a new narrative different from the big media group. If we succeed in the 1st of October referendum, was thanks to that. If we won the elections in the 21st December elections, was thanks to that, because all the conventional media were backing the pro-unionist parties. So you can use the social tools in order to explain better than ever when you are saying, I'm from Catalonia, to enlarge the knowledge, explanation about our case to the other European or the other countries' citizens. I'm very worried about the rise of the extreme right parties in Spain. But the problem, not only in Spain, sorry, all around Europe, that is a European matter. That it is European issue,